Welcome to Colorado Brew Talk, where we talk about beer, breweries, and brewing with a Colorado focus. I'm Jesse.
I'm Mike.
This week, we're continuing our style guide tasting series, where we've been sampling commercial examples listed in the BJCP style guide for each sub-style of beer. At least for styles, was it 1 through 27, right?
Yeah, I think 1 through 27.
1 through 27, which is about 100 beers still, because we're doing all the sub-styles. So we're doing 26, in this case, A, B, C, D. So we'll get to that later. But we're not going to do all the crazy stuff at the end, which is, I think, is like fruit beer, and we might do some of that just as a one-off, but that's not going to be
specialty and experimental, and we skip those.
Not our main focus. So, but this week we're focusing specifically on Belgian Trappist Ales, specifically, which is number 26, and specifically the doubles, or as some people like to say,
Dubbels.
Dubbels. So, I actually looked for...
or doubles.
Doubles like my chin.
They hate that at Cold Trade. Do you have any doubles?
It's this guy again. So, actually, I was trying to research that, and I was like, how do you pronounce that? How's this pronounced?
It's double.
Well, I mean, some people are like, no, it's Dubbel. I've been to Belgium, but it's people on the internet, so,
who knows?
Who knows?
And we're Americans. We reserve the right to mess up any foreign word.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I mean, it's in the Constitution, I think. Yeah. I think, somewhere in there. Anyway, so I say double, just because it's easier. So, So we have, as an example, some of the primary, in the BJCP, the classic commercial examples. And so we have Trappe, Chimay, and I'm surprised they don't have this one listed, quite honestly. But this is my homebrew. Yeah. I just want to see how it compares to the real thing. But we'll talk about that later here in a bit. So anyway, so I figured we would start with a little bit of
iPad failure.
iPad failure. Blah. A little bit of history of the Trappist beers. So it actually started with in La Trappe. It's a French monastery, La Trappe. And I'm going to really skim through this. I've been kind of researching this all day. I was kind of digging into it because this is the part of the beer stuff that I really dig, is getting into the history and why things are named the way they are, and why they, how they came about, and why is Fest beer different from Marzen, or is it the same thing? And anyway, so they brewed beer a long time ago to as a clean source of water, since the water would infect you during the plague, and so they would brew beer, and they would drink beer, and that's actually St. Arnold is kind of known for that, because he convinced everybody to drink the beer instead of the water, thereby saving them from the plague. Not really related to this, but I thought it was an interesting tidbit that I picked up. So that's how he became, one of the reasons he became a saint. So anyway, back to the Trappists. They started brewing beer. Napoleon came along, ousted him out of France. They settled in Belgium, started brewing beer again in the 30s. And that's the beer that we kind of know of now. Everybody has this idea of Trappist beers and abbey ales, of these robed monks stirring big, steaming kettles, and they've been doing it for thousands of years. Not so much. That's,
they're smart. Yeah,
and so it's pretty much computerized now. I mean, Chimay is one of the biggest distributors in the world of beer, so of course they're not going to have some guys in shaved heads and robes with wooden sticks stirring pots. So it's all computerized. It's 100,000 bottles a day, something like that.
Kind of a crazy professional grade manufacturing facility.
So, and that's kind of brings me to the next point, is that for a Trappist ale to be Trappist, they have to go through a certification process. And one of the things that they have to be certified on is that they actually have Trappist monks involved in the brewing process. And so as long as there's one of them checking the quality before it goes out the door, then it's good enough to be called Trappist and have the logo, which you'll notice on the Chimay thing. But it also has to be done at a monastery, and then any profits that they make have to go to charitable contributions or maintenance of the abbey.
Which is the whole point of them selling beers, to support themselves
Exactly.
and do good works.
Right. Yeah. So, anyway, so yeah, this is a big operation, obviously. So, in 1962, kind of going back to our little timeline here, a very abbreviated timeline. In 1962, they noticed that since 1930, it became really popular. All these, doubles, triples, people are starting to buy these awesome Belgian ales. And commercial breweries were just glomming on to the Trappist name, and they were starting to make Trappist ales. And the Trappists, actual Trappist orders, were like, yeah, no, this isn't going to work. So they
Call in the holy lawyers.
They took him to court, and the Belgian, let me get this right, Belgian Trade and Commerce Court in Ghent actually ruled, said, nope, you have to be affiliated with a Trappist order, and you have to go through the certification, or I don't know if they have to go through the certification process as part of that court order or not, but you have to be affiliated with a Trappist order to be able to call it Trappist ale. And that's how we have Abbey ales, which is pretty much anyone else that brews this type of beer. So,
but can't use the Trappist name.
But can't use a Trappist name unless they go through this certification process.
Which is only right. I mean, I would be fine calling it an Abbey beer versus a Trappist beer.
Yeah, New Belgium has the Abbey ale, and that's great beer. So I'm completely okay with that. But if you're into the absolute quality, making sure that the monks are giving it the thumbs up, then you want to look for this Trappist thing, and we'll put the little logo
right
somewhere here. So that's really, and that brings us to present day. I mean, it's pretty abbreviated. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. We can maybe put some links on the video. I don't know.
Sweet.
Underneath the video, if people.
Oh yeah, and actually, did you want me to link to that video that we're watching about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop a link to a great video with a presentation from who's it?
It's what's his name?
Canadian Brewers.
Yeah, some guy at Barnaby, I think, BC. Ben Coli. I want to say Coli. I forgot to make a note of his name.
We'll have a link in the show notes.
Yeah, but Dageraad, I think, is the name of the brewery. Mm-hmm. And he's traveled all over Belgium, Netherlands, that area, and he seemed like he really knew his stuff because he didn't buy into the mythos of the friars and the thing. He's went there and visited the breweries, and so he knows his stuff. It was pretty interesting to listen.
Now, do you want to go over what the beer's supposed to taste like in all four?
Yeah, sure.
Which one do we want to do first? Do we want to do the original La Trappe, or do we want to do the Chimay?
Let's do a little Trappe. That sounds good. Yeah. So, let's see here. So really briefly, the appearance should be a dark amber to copper in color, with an attractive reddish depth of color, generally clear, large, dense, and long-lasting creaming off-white head. Let's make sure we don't.
I don't think it's good.
we don't offer workman's comp here. Just so you know. Okay. The aroma is complex, rich, sweet, malty. Nice.
There we go.
That was a nice sound.
We'll give it the fancy tall glasses.
Yeah. So one of the things about the, I'll get to that here. The aroma is maybe hints of chocolate, caramel, or toast, but never roasted or burnt aromas. Moderate full esters, raisins, plums, sometimes cherries. Esters sometimes include banana or apple. I don't know if I've ever had banana or apple in a double. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But I know in that Belgian strong we had, we kind of thought we tasted pear or apple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can smell that from here.
Yeah, me too.
Let's see here. I'm trying to just kind of pick out the qualities here. Flavor, similar qualities as aroma, rich, complex, medium to medium full, sweet malt flavor. So it should finish dry. Which, did you pick up on that on that video about the how that was? I thought that was interesting, that
because most of the beers have sugar in them, and the sugar dries it out a lot.
The unfermentable,
which sugars. Is like that saison, the Commando saison. Had
right.
In it.
Oh, okay.
And the Cold and Strong we did too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had that big sack of sugar.
Right. Oh, yeah. That was that was refined sugar. Yes. That's partly unfermentable, I suppose.
The interesting thing he mentioned was Common ingredient is candy sugar. So he said the doubles usually have a bunch of malt flavors as well as leftovers from unfermentable sugar. So they'll use caramelized sugar, Belgian candy sugar, Belgian candy syrup. So you get both sides of the equation. You get refined sugar, which ferments out dry, and then you get the caramelized stuff, which leaves some remnants of sugar behind.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So like I said, I'm kind of skipping over the flavor thing. Dried fruit, clover, pepper, spiciness is optional. Mouthfeel, medium full body, medium high carbonation, which is kind of one of the things about the Belgian ales, since they are bottle conditioned traditionally.
I think that's spoiled. You shouldn't drink it.
No, really? Oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, would you like it? I know you'd hate to see things go to waste. Oh, yeah. That has the...
I definitely get the dark fruits from it and the sugar.
I was just thinking like raisin and as we were talking about here.
Yeah. I mean, it's just rich.
Yeah. The nose is kind of... Oh, I'm picking up some alcohol in the nose.
You know, when I was pouring it, that was the first thing I smelled.
Yeah.
Was it just smelled really, really boozy.
Yeah.
So, and this doesn't smell as boozy as it did when I poured it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not...
Of course, it's got a gorgeous head. Off-white, yellow head.
And we know we're not using the right glasses, so don't.
Oh, yeah. We
freak out.
wanted to separate the two.
Yeah, so we can, because we usually use the same type of glass, and we're like, which one is it? Because obviously the same styles of beer look the same, so. So yeah, we're using Pilsner glasses, so. Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, it smells really dry.
Yeah, definitely a warming finish to it. Get some of that booze in it, that alcohol at the end.
I'm gonna let that warm up a little bit. I'll probably bring out the...
Yeah. Let's get number 2 going. We're gonna get our Chimay Premier.
Nice.
Also carbonated. Now, when we saw these bottles, I was like, 750 milliliters. We'll never drink that. And it turns out it's like a pint and 9 ounces. So it's not as bad as you might think. It's just the bottles are a little, what do you call that? A little daunting because they look so large.
They do look large.
They're super duper thick though.
Which may be a bad thing. I should have been left with the impression that was too much beer for me to drink by myself. Because now I'm like, yeah, I could drink one of those.
Look at that thing. That's super thick.
That is. Well.
Oh, this has a nice engraved or raised Trappist with the logo on it.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that? Or the...
Yeah.
Oh.
Logo Trappist.
Yeah.
Not the Trappist logo, but they're probably their coat of arms.
Gotcha. This one has nice little Trappist stickers all over it. All right. So one of the things that I found as I was watching the videos and reading up on this is when I was young and naive, I was taught to pour a beer and have as little head on it as possible, just because, well, you want to have a big head. But with these, it's desirable to have a nice big, 3 inches of head on these beers because they're so carbonated. Since they're bottle conditioned, they put yeast and sugar in there as they were bottling them, so they finish, ferment a little bit and produce a lot of CO2 when they're in the bottle. That you want to get rid of that CO2 for 2 reasons. One, to release the aroma of the beer, obviously, but then also to get rid of that sharpness, that
carbonic bite.
Yeah, that bite from there. So it was, and that's what I'm noticing from here is like, I know you poured it kind of hard, but I'm still getting kind of that it's pretty darn carbonated.
Yeah, I agree. It's still pretty carbonated. I think this one turned out a little less.
Yeah, I didn't notice it on the Trappe.
They're both like super duper rich.
They are. I'm surprised at how similar they taste to each
Yeah.
other.
Well, like you mentioned, this one has that bite, which kind of throws it off a little bit.
Yeah.
Here, drink yours up so we can swirl it around. No.
Once you get past that bite, though, it has the same, the fruity, like you said, the dark fruit flavors. Yeah, that's okay. I'm kind of digging those.
Sorry, I took kind of a big swallow so I could get a little swirling room. And I had some burps.
Yeah, that's...
I passed gas. There we go. That's a nice head on that. It's getting a little better there. It's in there and it wants to come out. Let's let that settle for a minute. So what else should we be looking for? Dark fruits, check.
Yep, let's see here. What do my notes say? So, flavor. Similar qualities as aroma. So, hints of chocolate, caramel, and or toast. Moderate fruity esters, including raisins, plums, and sometimes dried cherries.
That is so much smoother once you get some of that head out there.
Yeah. Esters sometimes include banana or apple. I'm not getting any banana, maybe a little bit of apple, but certainly no banana. Nothing.
No, I'm not getting anything like that.
No.
I thought I got some esters from the Chimay, but Chimay, right?
That's this.
I keep thinking I'm messing that up. Yeah, I thought I got some esters from the Chimay, but I didn't get any type of fruitiness from the. Well, I got the dark fruit, but nothing like banana, bubble gum.
No.
You know.
Nope.
Maybe a little spice. Definitely dark sugar though, like a molasses. I mean, not
Yeah.
strong molasses, but it gives me the impression of molasses.
Yep. No, for sure. Let's see. Spicy phenols and higher alcohols are common. May include light clove and spice, peppery, rose-like, and or perfumey notes. Spicy qualities can be moderate to very low. Okay.
Not getting a whole lot in the way of aroma, but I think your nose is better than mine. Maybe my nose turns off in the evening.
Maybe.
It's like you smelled enough for the day.
Maybe she'd stop destroying it all day. Just a thought. You know, of the two, I have to really say I think I like the La Trappe better.
Yes,
Although I would not.
the La Trappe.
Yes. Yeah. Although
Yeah, I
I wouldn't
do.
turn down a free.
Yeah,
either
no,
one
the
of them.
Chimay is absolutely delicious
Yeah, it
too.
is. Yeah, it's lovely. It's wonderful.
I mean, it's almost like picking your own kid or your favorite kid.
Right? Yeah, it really is.
I just like the richness and the smoothness. It's almost velvety. A little difference in the head color. Chimay is white, where the Trappe is yellow.
Yeah, it's a little darker.
Yellow tan.
Yeah.
Tan's probably better.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
So these are the doubles. We were going to start with singles, since those are the three, or actually the four subcategories of the Trappist Ale and the BJCP guide is single, double, triple, and then Belgian strong dark ale.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right? However, I guess singles are, as you found out, pretty much impossible to get outside of a monastery. So the singles, the monks would brew for themselves, and they'd keep that, and they would sell the doubles because they could get more money for a stronger beer,
Yeah.
for obvious reasons. So they would keep the singles.
Plus, they could drink the singles for most of the day without falling over.
Yeah, because this would, because what's ABV on this?
La Trappe 7.
7%.
Which 7's pretty hefty. I mean,
It's-
for a
it's
beer, if you're drinking
respectable.
more than, if you're going to drink it every single day.
Here it is. Now this one's 7 as well.
Yeah.
I expected them to be a little bit higher.
Yeah.
'Cause
But I mean, if you're going to drink it every day,
yeah. Oh yeah.
all evening.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, for sure. So that brought up a good point. I tried to do some research on this, and I wasn't really able to get anything. Was I was wondering, I still haven't gotten a good answer, was whether or not the double single relationship, if that was a party guile.
Yeah, I don't know.
Type of relationship. I kind of got some answers that it was, and other times I didn't get that impression.
Well, so they came up with Dubbels or doubles in the 1800s, right?
And I'm not sure. The only time that I was able to find an actual time frame, well, that's when they started brewing again after getting rousted from France.
Yeah, but I thought they said the double came about in like the mid 1800s or late 1800s.
In that case, that would...
I would think, yeah, because the whole reason, so party guile is you soak the grain and convert it to sugar one time, and then you drain off the liquid, and that liquid's going to have a lot of sugar in it, and that becomes a big beer, like a double. And then you put some more liquid in, and you drain off, and that has less sugar in it, and that becomes, something smaller, like a single. And you could go a third time and get like a table beer that's like 2%. And the British like mixing the different runnings to come up with something, and there's a nice neat formula for that. But the reason they did that was because way back when they could build these monstrous wooden mash tuns, but they had limited access to metalworking tools. So their kettles couldn't be as big as the mash tuns were.
Oh.
So I'm guessing, I'm sure you could do it in a party guile.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Quad, double, or, triple, double, single.
Yeah, and I was reading one thing today, and I just kind of skimmed it, but I guess the typical ABV percentages, so like according to the BJCP, the ABV for a double is 6% to 7.6%, which these fall exactly in line with. So, and I think a single probably be about 5%. So
yeah, 4 or 5.
So yeah, that might work. Yeah. Although, and my initial thought was, well, you get triple, double, single. Probably do the triple, then they do the double. But triples are light in color.
Yeah, they're blonde.
They're more blonde, so that there's no way that could work unless.
Well, you could cap the mash with some dark greens.
Yeah.
And plus, you could throw more sugar in there because a lot of the color comes from the caramelized sugar.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't see them doing that though. Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I think the whole point of them doing the party guile type of mashes was for economy.
Yeah.
We're just going to use the same grains as much as we can extract as much sugar as we can get out of those. That would be my thought.
Yeah, I would say so in part.
Yeah. So, but anyway, I don't know.
Sweet.
That's one of the things that will remain a mystery to the annals of time.
So, final impressions? What do you got?
Yeah, so, well, let's see. They're a little bit warmer now. Let me try the Chimay again.
I mean, the Chimay's definitely settled down since it's got some of that carbonation out. I mean, there's still plenty in it.
Yeah. Well,
I can pick up on the sugar in it now, the dark sugar flavors, where before I think that bite was kind of hiding it from me.
Yeah. I personally, I did it again, started a sentence and didn't finish it. I think I'm more of a fan of the Trappe. I'm getting more of the esters from that, the dark fruit type of esters that we're talking about, the plums and the raisins, and I always like a little bit of an alcohol warming to my beers, and I'm not getting that from the Chimay.
Yeah,
it's still delicious, but I really like the Trappe. I like the way it finishes.
I gotta agree. I like the La Trappe better. Those dark fruit flavors are more prominent in it.
Yep.
And it just feels thicker and silkier.
Yeah.
Smoother.
Yeah. Yeah, because now that we've been trying to get the carbonation out of the Chimay, now it's kind of flat. Now it's kind of thinned it out.
Well,
I think.
I wouldn't go that far myself.
Well, compared to the La Trappe.
I mean, because it seems to be getting a little richer as it warms up.
I think. Well, Yeah, maybe.
They're both delicious, though. I would take either of them.
Yep. No.
If you're looking for Christmas gifts to send, you know.
Yeah, these are.
Yeah. Hundreds of them is fine.
Yeah. We'll put our address. Yeah. We probably won't. Actually.
Oh, speaking of Christmas, we posted on our blog. I'm not sure if you're familiar with our blog. It's coloradobrewtalk.com. But Jesse and I both got this awesome Brewers Advent calendar from Costco. Actually, our wives bought it for us for our birthdays. So each pack has 24 beers in the individually marked hole. So you open one up every day in December, and up until the 24th, you know, that's the last beer. But all the beers are from independent, small German brewers.
Yeah, the craft brewers, I kind of get the impression. Yeah.
So we did a post on that. Today is December 3rd when we're filming this. You know, it won't be posted for a little while, but we're going to do weekly posts on our blog, kind of summarizing what we think of all the beers for that week. So go ahead and take a look for it. All right, I'll put a link in the show notes to the main post.
Definitely. Okay. Did we want to try my double?
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we come back?
Yep.
And we'll try Jesse's double.
Yeah, we'll see how it compares to the big guys.
Sounds good. Be right back.
And we're back. So we had the professionals. We tried theirs. So as I mentioned earlier, one of the things we'd like to do if we were able is to try a homebrew of the same style that we're trying. So I just happened to be a Belgian beer nut, and so one of the times that we brewed a Belgian Dubbel. So go ahead and give that one a try.
And I think you mentioned too that you're on a Belgian kick.
I am, yeah,
which is true. But me as well.
I'm just really enamored. I think it's a phase. I think.
Well, and I think in our whole our exploring the classic styles, the first style we did was Belgian blonde. Then we jumped to Oktoberfest because it was the season, and then we did Saison, Belgian blonde, Saison, Belgian strong, doubles.
Yeah. So we've been So we're gonna have to. We're out of Belgian beers.
Now, do I remember the first time we had this? It was undercarbed.
No. This has always been super carbonated. So
I don't recall my impressions of it last time. I remember I liked it.
I thought it was good. I just remember it being crazy carbonated. If anything, it settled down a little bit because we'd pour like a pint of it, and it was like this much beer, and the rest of it was head. So, I don't remember what volume I bottled this at. I think it was like 3. So I think it may not have been done. That's my suspicion, is that wasn't quite done fermenting, and then I bottled it, so it just kept fermenting.
Kept going,
Yeah, which you bottle ferment Belgian, but
I think we've been mentioning bottle bombs like every episode too.
Yeah,
but that's how you can run into bottle bombs.
Yeah.
So what should you do if a bottle explodes? Handle the others with care and get them refrigerated immediately with like oven mitts and safety glasses.
So,
no, for real.
I was just going to say, a safety tip from your Uncle Mike right here. So, I did like this one though. It's not bad compared to the other two for a homebrew.
I agree.
It's about as carbonated as the Chimay was.
I get a lot of the dark fruit characters in it. And again, that dark sugary, molassesy, brown sugar flavors.
Yep. And it's I don't know if it's just a little on the hot side. I'm getting some like harsh alcohol. Yeah, just a little bit.
No, I don't.
Okay, maybe it's
success.
Right? Yeah, I'll take it. This is.
Yeah, we've had some bad luck since we've been doing the video podcast.
We have, as for the homebrews,
No, that is good.
Yeah.
I think you've given me a couple of these already too.
I think so. I think I gave you too many. I think you were looking for payment for somebody, and I gave you a 6-pack, and I'm regretting having done that. I seem to remember doing that.
Well, if you gave me too many, we could always brew again.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Yeah, so yeah, that one was a success. I'm all right with that.
Now I gotta say it compares favorably to the Trappe.
Yeah, I think so. And it was an extract brew. I'm just Mike's really the the experienced homebrew.
I was gonna say the guy who likes making it difficult.
No, he's the experienced and seasoned home brewer. I'm just starting to get into it again. I'd been doing it. I did it years ago with extract brew, and I was like, well, I'm going to get into it easy and start doing extract brewing. So
that being said, there's nothing wrong with extract brews.
And no, there's not. And it's it's like obviously make some fine beer. You make some pretty crappy beer, but you can make crappy beer with all grain too. So,
yeah, absolutely.
There's
you can miss your mash temp.
Yeah, who would do that?
Unfermentable stuff.
Who would do that? Who would do that? I think I missed it. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, no, this worked out right.
That's great.
So I think next time, were we planning on doing the quads next time, or do we want?
So we got to do tripels too, right?
We need to do triples and
or tripels
or tripels.
No,
well, let's do both. Let's do the triples and tripels.
Let's do all three. Heard it both ways.
Yeah. So we have to do which twist my arm. That's that's fine. So we have to do the triples. And
do you want to show off our awesome gerbil ball Selectomatic?
Yeah, well, that's where I was kind of going with this.
And
so
do you want to use it, or do you just want to go to tripels? Triples.
Let's use it.
Okay.
I say we use it.
Sounds good. Let me pull up our categories here, and I'll tell you what we selected.
All right.
So we're kind of undecided on what we should do next before we decided on the Abbey beers. So we came up, we wrote every style on a beer cap, and we put it in a container. It became the gerbil ball today.
So coincidentally,
15 guidelines. So based on the BJCP 2015 guidelines, which is the most current, let me get down a couple of pages here. Sorry, I should have done this already.
Oh, break your gerbil ball. There we go. I was going to break it.
Go ahead.
All right, so we have all the styles written down on here, and we did this because just knowing us, we would do all the really good beers, the ones that we liked
and then initially. Get stuck with like light lagers.
Yeah, and then we'd be doing like Budweiser. It's like, oh, this is terrible. Why did we agree to do this? And we would just never finish. So this was. Apologize for the noise. Vanna, would you do the honors? Oh.
3A.
3A.
3A is.
That sounds promising.
Czech lager.
Hey.
Czech pale lager.
Nice.
I'm not cheating.
Czech pale lager. So, I've always said I'm not a lager guy, but I'm starting to doubt myself.
So of course, the way we do it is we look at the BJCP guide, find their commercial examples, and we try to find a couple of those. Sometimes we'll grab something else. It's usually someone we have a little faith in that maybe they can do a really good version of that style. Hopefully Czech pale lager is not hard to find. If so, we'll report back next episode. Good?
So, yeah. Good. So, in the meantime,
cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for watching our video. Check out our website at coloradobrewtalk.com for more great content.
While you're there, be sure to leave us a comment or drop us a line with your thoughts.
You can also find us on Facebook and Twitter at CO Brew Talk, or follow the links below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any future content.
Or episodes, as the case may be.